Eat your.
Let them eat cake.
I feel like we're at a restaurant right now. Just eating lo mein. There's something about reheated Chinese food that I like more, though. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Reheated Chinese food, it's less greasy, it seems.
Yeah, because all that flavor is baked in.
Yeah. So maybe it's not less greasy, it just feels like it is.
It's a new situation.
We should probably get started.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go ham.
Okay. All right, so welcome to the newest episode of our Investedness.
Episode 18.
It is episode 18. We took a break because of Christmas and whatnot, but we're back.
And the new year.
The new year is upon us.
New year, new you.
Is it sad? New Year's doesn't excite me.
Really?
That we're in a new year. Because, like, what difference does it make? It's just a different number.
It's the same old stuff. The sun still goes around the earth.
Right? Like, is it sad that it doesn't, like, I just don't care anymore about it.
Right. Why do you not think it's like a demarcation?
What do you mean?
Like, why do you not think it's like the same as usual?
I do think it's the same as usual.
Oh, you do think it's the same as usual?
Yeah. It's just like same old, same old. Like watching the ball drop, woo, and then it's just like, okay.
Time has passed again.
Yeah. Feels the same. I don't know. I just don't get excited about... Like, I feel like people get really excited about the new year.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's supposed to symbolize, like, that everything that's past is now done. Like, everybody gets a clean slate this year. You know what I mean? That's not true.
That's not true.
The history is a tale written in blood on the pages of destiny.
That's fine, though. People can enjoy it.
By the conquistadors.
It just doesn't make a difference to me.
The conquistadors of time.
I have a little bit of news that is... it's kind of a slow... We're going to have a pretty different episode, but that's fine. So here we go. The news. Rian Johnson... who, directed Star Wars Episode 8.
Can we have a nickname for him?
Rijo?
Right. Wait, what is it? Rijo?
Rijo? Yeah.
Rijo, yeah.
Rijo.
Yeah, Rijo.
Rijo says that Rey's parentage is still open. The whatever. That's he's recently said that.
I feel so bad for him.
I know. I feel like he wrote this stuff and people hated it so much. He's like, guys, all right, fine. Like,
listen, you can change it on Wikipedia. Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
It's going to be fine.
Make a comic book. I don't care. Just let my movie be. Yeah, I know. It's too much.
Apparently, do you remember Charles Soule?
No.
He's the comic book writer who did that really fun run of She-Hulk that focused on her running a law firm.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's the one everybody wants to be a Netflix series.
Yeah. It's perfectly, it works. It's like you already have a system built in. It does for like daytime what Daredevil does for nighttime, essentially. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is that he used his experience as a lawyer to really make it like, it's kind of like Better Call Saul, but with superheroes. It's really fun. And I think that's one of the things that people are, or at least like weirdos like me, were upset about Daredevil. It didn't have enough cool courtroom scenes.
Had a couple in the second season.
Yeah. All the cool stuff was with Punisher.
Yeah.
Which felt like
it didn't last enough. It should have been the whole season. Yeah. That was my gripe about that. Are you wearing a Punisher shirt?
No. I call it my Punisher shirt because it's got a skull and it's not.
Oh, it's either an emo shirt or a Punisher shirt. Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That was my problem with that season. That the Punisher stuff was great and it didn't last the whole season. It was done like
6 episodes in.
Yeah, and you were like, crazy. Okay, now what? Now it's just ninjas. All
the best scenes were with him.
Yeah.
The rooftop scene.
I think they didn't know that when they were making it. They were like, yeah, this stuff's okay.
They didn't know. And they wanted to save the second half for Elektra.
Mm. It reminds me of Far Cry 3.
Oh, interesting. In what way?
Did you play that?
Briefly, I think. I never
the main villain, Voss, wasn't really the main villain.
Oh, yeah.
He was the one who just advertised the game, and he was the best part of the game, and he's not even in it the whole game.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
halfway
crazy.
Through, he's gone, and then it goes on to some other island with another character.
Some
and
other guy.
You're like, where did he go? I liked him, And that was disappointing. How did we get
He's one of your favorite villains, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. He's amazing. How did we get talking about this? Rey's parentage. What's going on?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Courtroom. Charles Soule. So Charles Soule.
There we go.
Writes. He was a lawyer, so he was able to use his experience, and apparently he wrote. Because Marvel got a hold of Star Wars, and they did comics. They did the Vader comic.
Which I was supposed to be good at.
Yeah, Kieran and Gillen wrote those. And apparently Charles wrote a Lando comic that is apparently, like, people think it's really good. It was really short, and it didn't, I don't think, it was like, it's just like 6 issues. It was just kind of like a miniseries or something. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, that just made me think of it because you're like... Write the comics, yeah.
Which
and now they actually have good people, right? Or they've always had good people writing the comics. But,
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about Star Wars that I've noticed is that, like, if you need an answer for it, it's probably in a book or a comic. Right. Someone else will just tell it to you, and you'll be like, okay. You don't actually have to read them. Well, they will just speak it to you. More Star Wars news. John Williams is on for the Solo movie.
Oh, what's your favorite part of Star Wars? Like, what's your favorite thing from Star Wars? What's your favorite, like, Star Wars piece of trivia? Or
my favorite thing of... I don't... See, that's the thing. But my favorite part of Star Wars is probably the aesthetic.
Interesting.
Of, like, the vehicles and, the different types of, like, worlds and how everything looks. But I think that's what I hate the prequels... That's why I hate the prequels the most.
Because it only focused on those. No,
it's the fact that, like, if you watch the originals, I love that, like, the detail on the Millennium Falcon and how it looks so, like, put together, you know? Like, it's really detailed, and then you get those really silver shiny, like, chrome ships in the prequels. You know, like, they're not exciting at all, you know?
Oh, yeah. They're just sleek.
Everything's sleek and it's no fun. There's nothing good about it. It doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like, you know...
Yeah, all that stuff is super weird.
Yeah.
What was the point of Genosha? Like, what
was that one? Geonosis? Oh,
Geonosis.
Geonosis.
What is Genosha? Oh, Genosha's the island from X-Men.
Okay. Geonosis, you mean the one with all the bug things, right?
Yeah, in episode 2. I forget what the point of...
That was where the bad guys, the CIS guys, were building their army.
That was the main factory?
That was the factory for all the droids and stuff.
Because I felt like it had something to do with the giant, like... I don't know if they were, like, Trade Federation little circle ships.
Yeah, that's where they planted all their starships.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right. They were like mini Death Stars that didn't have guns. You never actually saw those things fly, by the way. We never actually saw those things, like...
Take off.
We never saw them in the air. They took off in Geonosis, but they were never actually in space at any point.
Right.
I didn't understand what they were or what they did.
Yeah, there's just so many unanswered questions about it.
Yeah. Which parts of me I'm okay with. Because I kind of like that in like in a world, like a film world or a movie world, where things are like just there, and it makes it feel like it's a world that's lived in, but it didn't catch.
Yeah,
for those ones. But anyway,
it's like an Alien, the first Alien movie, when they go inside of the ship and they see the guy in the pilot suit.
Yeah,
like the giant elephant man.
And you're just like supposed to be like, okay,
yeah.
What's
he called? The Space Jockey or something like that? That was the name.
Space Jesus.
Space Jesus. That's what they get called after Prometheus.
Yeah, exactly.
Space Jesus.
Sorry. So yeah, John Williams is to write the music for the Han Solo movie, which is interesting. I think the reason why they're doing this, because my next bit of news is that Disney apparently has reported that they're expecting the Solo movie to bomb.
Really?
They're predicting
They reported that?
Yeah, they're predicting it. They're bracing for it or something like that. That's what I've read. So I'm thinking the reason why they brought John Williams is to maybe have at least a little bit of a saving grace, is that we get some classic Star Wars music.
How much money did McFarlane USA make?
What do you mean?
That's a Disney movie that I feel like that movie...
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, so...
Is that McFarland?
McFarland USA, yeah. It was playing on the bus down here when I took the bus from Maine.
Right.
And I didn't... It was one of those situations where I didn't know what was happening.
45.7 million made for 25 million.
Oh, okay, so they did make some money back. But that's not a huge...
Oh, this was like a newer movie.
Yeah.
2015. I remember that. Kids running on the beach, right?
Yeah, kids running on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, because from what I learned, having no subtitles, no dialogue, because I just didn't plug my headphones in, I was like, and briefly like looking away from the screen and out to the beautiful countryside, because I just wanted to focus on the countryside.
Good idea.
It's like a guy who's a coach, football coach. He's angry at his students because they're bad at football.
Right.
And then one of them he throws a hat at somebody or a helmet, and somebody gets or a sock, one of those three things. And then he gets fired because the kid starts bleeding from his face.
Nice.
And then he goes to a town in what I assume is
McFarland, USA.
McFarland, USA, somewhere in Texas, the Southwest, somewhere. And he's the only, I guess, white person in the community or something. And it's almost like a weird Remember the Titans situation, but it's not Remember the Titans because it's track. It's weird. It's like if you had Stand and Deliver and Remember the Titans on a shelf, and somebody was trying to put this in between them. It was just weird. I don't think Kevin Costner. I don't think he's a very good actor. I've never seen.
I just think he's a lot like Bruce Willis or
or
Harrison Ford. They just phone it and they get the paycheck. Like, okay, bye. Don't care.
It is. There was no part, because I'm always wary of movies about like it's an older guy. And he's just like, he's at a crossroads. He's at his midlife crisis.
He helps a bunch of young people.
Yeah, like those, like for some reason that trope, I'm always like very like okay about it. Like I'm very like, let's see what you can do, because I think in execution a lot of it leaves a lot to be desired. I love when Walter, like that's the Walter White trope. That's what it starts off as he's like, I wonder what to do with my life. And it's like, I know, I'll become Scarface, and that's great. That's really funny, and that show is great. But yeah, it's just like Kevin Costner is just like such a like. I just would look and see his face being like, I hope these kids run track, and it's like this is so God. He's just a piece of wood. And then it was funny because I was like, can he play a character that's not?
He was pretty good in that movie about the NASA women.
The NASA girls.
NASA girls.
NASA girls.
What's it called? Private numbers, secret numbers. Hidden figures.
Blocked number.
Yeah, hidden figures. He was pretty good in that. I liked him in that. That movie was fine. It was exactly the way I expected it to go. So I think the reason why Disney's doing this because they're like, this movie's not going to be very good. Not everybody's going to be unhappy with it, but at least it'll have a good score.
At least we'll have a good score.
Yeah, because Rogue One didn't have John Williams, and it had a very forgettable.
Oh, they're saying that because John Williams is scoring it, it'll
have some redeeming qualities. That's my guess.
Funny.
That's my guess. They didn't say that, but I'm assuming because they came out saying, we're kind of expecting this movie to bomb, and then like a couple days later, John Williams is set to write the music.
John Williams attached.
And he's coming in late too.
I'm going to save it. I'm going to save this movie.
So, yeah. Did you see Blade Runner 2049? I just recently watched it.
I didn't see it. I heard it was really good.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked it better than the first. I don't really like the original Blade Runner. A lot of people love it. They think it's the best thing ever.
It's kind of boring.
5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I think it's just a lot of what's his name looking out a window.
Yeah.
In the rain, and nothing happens, and I don't care. But this one,
yeah, it's a tone poem.
This one was good. This movie. I think 2049 is what the original Blade Water wanted to be in terms of vision.
Blade Water.
I can't talk. So Ridley Scott, he didn't direct this 2049. He has come out and said that the new Blade Runner 2049 was too long.
That's rich. That's rich that he would say that.
Right. Even though it's shorter than his original or his extended cut or whatever. I think it's the same length as the original.
Ridley Scott makes the longest fucking movies.
Yeah.
He's like, if we just run the camera and run it forever, then maybe the audience is in a shared dream.
Hold on to that thought.
By the time the film's...
Because does he have an accent?
Yeah, he's British. I don't know why I made it sound too posh. We're not posh.
No, I liked it. That was pretty good. How's your Chinese food?
Oh man, I'm having a good time. I'll tell you what.
I mean,
this is just
for those listeners. My father just heated up some extra Chinese food from New Year's for Connor. It's just a big spaghetti. It's an Italian spaghetti plate full of lo mein, those teriyaki meat sticks.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah, he's really enjoying it. I'm getting hungry. I just ate it too, and I'm getting hungry looking at it.
It's good. It's good stuff.
So yeah, Ridley Scott, don't care. But hold on to the thought about long movies because it made me remind me of something. Because I want to talk about like some of the best stuff we saw in the year of 2017. So the Bumble. I have one last little thing. The Bumblebee movie.
The Bumblebee movie.
Yeah, the Bumblebee movie.
Transformers. I was like,
they just put out a picture. I don't know if you saw it, and it shows a classic VW bug. yellow VW Bug.
Oh, doing what?
Just sitting there. But they're going to use it. He's not going to be Camaro, is my point. And the director and the writer said they want to bring back the fun and campiness that Transformers is supposed to be.
Right. Who's writing and directing it?
Oh, boo-boo. Let me look it up.
You know that's what I want to know.
Yeah, of course. I should always write this stuff down when I do this. Bumblebee movie. Director Travis Knight.
Well, that sounds kind of familiar.
I'm going to look him up. Doesn't have to say writer right now.
Oh, that's weird.
He did Kubo and the Two Strings, The Box Trolls, and Paranorman.
Oh, that's interesting.
Okay. I really liked Kubo and the Two Strings. That was really good.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. You saw? Were you working at the theater at the time when you saw it? I
think so. Yeah.
Oh, did you leave yet?
Yeah, I had my last day there.
How did anything special on your last day? Anything memorable?
Yeah, some lady came in really, really angry about her cards not working, her gift cards, and me and Pat walked away, and we sat in the hallway and listened to Dean's brother get into an argument with her, and he was completely. I don't use the word savage a lot, but he was definitely.
He was savage.
It was great. It was so funny to listen to, and then
what did he say to her?
He was like, look, I'm trying to help you here. And he's like, just give me the number of the cards, because she got them for a bunch of kids.
Right.
And she didn't have them all. And he's like, just get me them and I will fix it for you. He's like, I'm trying to help you here. It's not my fault this happened. I'm trying. She's
You're still holding on.
I'm like, go. No. And then he goes, she started talking. He's like, look, I'm going to be frank with you right now. I don't appreciate your attitude with me. And then she was like, oh, I don't appreciate yours, young man. He goes, my name is Anthony. You can report me to the home office if you'd like. And then he walked away. I was like, this is the best thing I've ever heard.
It's so beautiful.
So
Anthony,
good.
What a
shout out to Anthony.
Shout out to Anthony.
Gorgeously, perfectly done. It was great. And he walked out, and we were all looking at him like, are you kidding me right now?
Class.
He was like, what? I'm not putting up with that. And he just went and sat in the movie for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's so beautiful.
Yep. He didn't take any of it, because he was trying to help her.
Oh, yeah.
He was genuinely look, I can fix this for you if you just cooperate with me. And she was just too angry about the fact that someone messed up in the first place.
That's so funny.
All right, well.
Every time he came in, he seemed like he's kind of like the opposite of Dean, where Dean's always very smiling.
Yeah, but they're hilarious together.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wish I got to work with them. I didn't get to.
He's actually really funny, though. But yeah, I'm going to miss those guys. It was fun working at the movie theater. I think it definitely fueled the fire of my passion for film.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I used to be a fan of film, but I think definitely working there and being surrounded by it for so long.
Yeah, and you just see so many bad ones that you're like, where you're like, this could be easily fixable.
Yeah, and then you think about it, how easy it could be fixed. And then the thing that fascinates me the most about bad movies is how was this made?
Yeah, exactly. And there's so many bad ones.
It blows my mind.
It's insane.
So I think that's a good transition into, I just want to discuss, we'll just have a relaxed conversation about all the movies we saw in the year of 2017, what we liked, what we disliked, and what we probably didn't see that we should have.
Real talk.
Oh.
So I don't know. Right. Do you want to do a timeline, or do you just want to whatever,
let's do
whatever
a
you
timeline.
think about? All right, let me see what I can do here. Movies of 2017.
When I was really young, or not when I was really young, a couple of years ago, when I was excited about movies that were coming out, I would look up not 2017. I'd look up the year in film that's upcoming, like 2010, 2009 in film or something, and see what the new releases are. All on Wikipedia, of course.
Yes.
And I've never thought of it how do films get placed onto that list?
Yeah,
because there must be. How do they get to choose? Is only major release? Does stuff like Lady Bird get put on that list?
Well,
Limited
here's
release?
the thing. I just instead of doing
Wikipedia?
instead of doing a list of when they came out, because there's so many of them, I just did most popular of 2017. We're just gonna go down the list. First on the list is Bright, Netflix, Max Landis. So you didn't watch it, which I'm disappointed you didn't watch it, because I watched it.
But I want to hear your thoughts on it.
And I didn't like it. I did not like it at all. It felt weird. Okay, so the premise of this movie is it? It's like,
have you seen Training Day?
No.
Okay.
Was I supposed to?
No. It's just it was written for because I've read 2 versions of the script.
Yeah.
So it's funny. You've read the script. I've seen the movie. Yeah. I've read 2 versions of the script.
Other way around.
Oh my god! Yes.
I was like, I didn't read any scripts.
Yeah, totally. That. And when I read it, I noticed a lot of the inspiration of the movie Training Day. Like, it's very similar. There's a lot of similar beats and a lot of similar stuff.
So the way that is that it's this movie. It's like so the world was very jarring. Mm-hmm. I get the idea and like how cool it could have been, but I think it was very poorly executed. It felt like...
Is it more a cop movie or a fantasy movie?
It's a cop movie.
It's a cop movie.
It felt more like a YouTube video.
Like a Freddie Wong.
Yeah, where like it's like not. I'm not trying to crap on YouTube, but it felt like this is a high budget film.
Yeah.
And it felt like a YouTube video where someone made it on their computer, and like you have a picture of like Los Angeles, and someone kind of threw in like literally there's a scene where it's like a wide shot of Los Angeles skyline, and there's like a dragon flying in the background, and it just looks so stupid. I was like, what the heck? There's dragons in this world. Like, I get it's kind of cool, whatever. But I don't know. So
you got to do it right. You gotta
do it right, and it felt really dumb, and it did that thing of like, oh, the high class elves and the low class orcs, or blah 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 blah. And I was like, okay, cool. I saw that coming, and so it's a story about a cop, Will Smith, and his partner, who he doesn't want to be with, is an orc, and apparently orcs are like really looked down upon. So how did he get the job? Even the boss hates him. How did he get the job in the first place?
Well, in the script, I think it's either a joke, like a mean joke, that he's an affirmative action hire or something.
It was never. I don't know if it was ever talked about. I might have just missed it. But he's a really annoying character.
He's annoying? Yeah. Did they do the joke where he's like, this is the face humans make when they don't get pancakes?
Something like that, yeah.
He does it's the same thing. Or no, he does the little thing.
Yeah. The chemistry was supposed to be like, wow, I really care about these characters. And at first it felt like, this could go somewhere. Yeah. And then as soon as the whole magic wand thing came into play, I was like, this is dumb. The magic wands looked stupid. They were just glowing sticks that like vibrated. And then the elves were like really bland. They were like the elves from the Dark World. Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, gross.
Where they were just like really boring, bland, just serious faced, and they're just like tall and they have pointy ears and they just throw people at walls. Like, that's it.
Wow. They're the 2 FBI agents. One's an elf, one's a human.
Yeah, the one who looked like an elf looked so dumb.
Wow.
I was like, this guy looks stupid. Like, it just looked stupid, and I didn't like any of the costumes.
That's crazy.
And I didn't like any of the music, and nothing. I didn't care about any of it.
The music was what was most heavily advertised. They're like, with new tracks by Nelly Furtado and Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake's in that?
No, I don't think so. That's just my brain. My brain connected them because they both did that song "Promiscuous Girl" with Timbaland. Yeah. Promiscuous girl, you tease. Do you remember that?
I like Justin Timberlake. He's a good actor, actually.
Yeah, I'm always charmed to see him.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Bright. I wouldn't recommend it. We should do like a recommend or wouldn't recommend for each one. Wouldn't recommend.
A lot of people are saying, because it's crazy, because on Reddit, everyone in the Reddit comments are like, this movie's kind of fun. Like, it's not great. Like, they're like, it's not great, but it's kind of fun. There's kind of fun parts. And
I didn't think it was fun.
You didn't think you hated it. Well, it's just crazy because I feel like I've been seeing online a lot of people saying that they thought it was okay, that they thought there were some cool parts of the movie. Mostly like we have a mutual friend who would probably enjoy this. He's very contrarian. Yeah. Likes stuff that everybody else doesn't like. This feels like something he would like really hardcore.
You really think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He would love this. But I think that critics have been really hating it, like viciously smashing it.
Well, I went into it because so the trailer came out and everybody was excited about it. I never watched the trailer. Right. And then I clicked on it and I was like, cool, everyone's really excited about this. And I watched it. I didn't look at any reviews, and I like, it was kind of like if I were in a movie theater and it ended, I would have looked at everybody else being like, did everybody else hate that? And then when I noticed everybody else said, I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Better or worse than Suicide Squad? That's a good question.
I'd rather watch Suicide Squad.
That's pretty brutal, man.
Yeah, I know. Neither of them are really good. But I think the Suicide Squad at least had some fun characters.
Yeah.
Like, Deadshot was more fun. Like, I think Will Smith did a better job as Deadshot. I liked Harley Quinn. A lot of people didn't. I liked her as that.
Crazy.
I liked Captain Boomerang. I thought he was funny in the few scenes that he was in. The effects were better, I guess. If it barrels down to it, it's like...
Wow, yeah. That's a very interesting and salient point.
The fight scenes in this movie, there weren't really any. It was just kind of like a bunch of people running around.
Was there the scene where the house explodes? The house they're in explodes?
I don't remember. See, I don't...
Because the guy, Will Smith's character, tries to use the wand. He
something blows up. I don't know if the whole house explodes, but yeah, this is an explosion.
And then his friend runs in to pull him out of the burning house. And then all the orcs come out and...
Yeah, that does happen.
They cut their hands?
They cut their hands and then they're like, you're blooded now, orc. He's accepted now because he saved a cop. It doesn't make sense.
And he starts crying.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
It's all in the script and it reads great. It's like, it's really cinematic.
It's just execution, I guess. I really want you to see it. You may like it, actually.
I like it.
You might.
It's weird because when I read these scripts, I can see it so clearly in my head. So when the movie falls
Max
short,
Landis disappeared from Twitter after this movie came out.
Yeah. Do you know what happened?
No.
He got Anna Akana and a bunch of other people accused him of being a rapist, and so he's kind of done.
And I like her. She's a little Asian girl, right? On YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really nice.
The tiniest Asian.
No, yeah, she's on a lot of videos I watch. I watch like Node and things like that on YouTube.
She was in Ant-Man, right? Yeah.
She was an Ant-Man.
Yeah,
holy moly. I just noticed that, yeah. Well, that's interesting, especially with... Do you think that has to do with a lot of hatred in this movie? I just dislike the movie for disliking it.
Yeah, maybe, because a lot of the people who didn't like him were critics, so, this is the ultimate...
See, I didn't really like him either. So.
Sweet. Yeah, that's true. He's a very bad first impression, so, people just find that too hard to get past.
I just thought he was arrogant.
You thought he was arrogant?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You might have called it. You might have called it, buddy.
All right, so the next one on this list is Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Has your opinion changed since we last talked about it?
The Last Jedi. No, I think it's one of the best Star Wars movies. I think it's for me, there's Empire, Return of the Jedi, New Hope.
Is this from top to bottom?
Yeah, top to bottom.
Okay.
Empire, Return of the Jedi, New Hope. With actually... Empire and Return are pretty evenly matched. I love them both equally. I actually don't view them as two separate films. I view them as a continuation of
Empire and Return?
Yeah.
Okay.
I view them as just one movie together.
Yeah, all right.
Because they're basically the stuff...
Because you can't really enjoy the third unless you've just watched it. They lead into each other perfectly. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi is actually really good. People are like, that's the worst one. It's like, no, dude, that's one of the better ones. That's one of the best ones. I just think it's a perfect ending to that story. And there's so many fun things I like in it. And
do you hate the Ewoks?
No, I love the Ewoks. The Ewoks are fine. I'm totally down with that.
I'm not. They're okay. I don't think they're great. I just don't like how they can take out stormtroopers as much as they do.
Oh yeah, that's a little strange.
It's very childish, that scene. It's very kiddish. It's like watching a bunch of kids take down a bunch of trained military men. It's really weird.
I think it's kind of... I just think it's... I've never seen anything like that before, and I was like...
How much cooler would it have been, though, if it was the Wookiee planet and there were Wookiees?
That might have been cooler. That might have been more,
but instead... Because budget, apparently, he didn't want to make giant... Men.
But what about Kashyyyk, though? All the Kashyyyk stuff and...
Oh, yeah. Kashyyyk wouldn't have happened if that was a fact. But it doesn't matter. I think, honestly... All right, so can I have an unpopular opinion here? I like A New Hope, but I don't think it's the best Star Wars movie. I don't think it's the third best. I don't think even think it's the fourth best. Ooh, I think I like The Last Jedi more. I think I like Force Awakens a little bit more. I think Force Awakens is a better New Hope.
Interesting. Wow.
A New Hope is good because it's the first and it's the original. But also it's man, the effects don't hold up for that one for some reason.
Right.
Not a lot really happens. Luke goes on the Millennium Falcon, they escape, they shoot some TIE fighters, they get on the Death Star, they sneak around a little bit, shoot some more guys, shoot some more TIE fighters, Obi-Wan dies, and then it's Tread. That's not a lot. There's not a lot going on there. And the more you watch it, or at least the more I've watched it, I'm like, whatever. I think maybe it has to do with how many times I've seen it, though.
New Hope is one of those movies where I'm just like, I don't really want to watch this. I want to skip straight to Empire and Return.
Exactly, and I think that's like, that means that maybe it's not the best Star Wars movie.
Yeah, no.
A lot of people say it's the best one.
Wow, that's weird. That's super weird.
So for me, honestly, I did this recently, and I can't remember the exact list, but my top ones I think were.
That's great. I'm into it.
What? Oh, that training suit? Yeah, dude, you devoured it.
Yeah,
nice. Didn't even put a dent though. We have so much. It's crazy. It's definitely Empire at the top, and then below it, I think it might be. Last Jedi or Force Awakens.
Interesting.
I know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Because as I wrote it out, I didn't expect it, but as I wrote it out, I was like, wow, I actually really enjoyed these a lot more than I thought. Then, like, Return...
well, they're just more fun to watch,
A New Hope, Revenge, / Rogue One, I think, are kind of on the same level. And then, the other ones. Yeah. 2 being the worst.
Yeah. 2 is the worst.
2's on the bottom, yeah, absolutely.
I was about to ask, what do you think's better, Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones? And then as soon as I thought of it, I was like,
obviously Phantom Menace. But the only reason for me, the only redeeming quality that pushes Phantom above Clones is Darth Maul fight.
Yeah, so Dance of the Fates.
That's it.
Pod racing's kind of fun.
Pod racing's fun.
Also fun because of the game.
But, the game. But, Chris Stuckman, you know who that is, right? He did a review for that movie, and he pointed something out that I will never not notice, is that every shot in the pod race is just pans from left to right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's boring. It just goes over and over and over and over. And I'm like, wow, come on, like, be more exciting. There are a couple shots where it's, like, up front, you see, like, whatever, and I really appreciate that there's no music. It's pretty well done, but... Anyway, Last Jedi. Recommend?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, certainly.
Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
Didn't see it.
I haven't seen it, but a lot of people are enjoying it, apparently.
That's what I heard. I heard people be like, The Rock is over, but Jack Black's still funny. That's what I heard.
Yeah. I still like The Rock. I think he's a funny guy, but I'm most excited about Jack Black in this movie. Because I like Jack Black in anything. I mean, even the bad ones, he's still...
I think he's a sellout.
You think he's a sellout?
Well, I think... I don't know if we talked about this before, or if I had this conversation with somebody, but I was like, Jack Black hasn't really done anything cool since School of Rock. I mean...
Yeah, I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he... Like, the promise of School of Rock was never fulfilled. He never anteed up on that. And, Tenacious D was supposed to be the... Because Tenacious D came out after School of Rock, and I felt like that was supposed to be the fulfillment of that promise.
Right.
And then just nothing happened. They got the movie, and they were like, all right, we out.
See, I think he did pretty well in King Kong. But a lot of people don't like that movie. I like him in King Kong. I think he's a good Carl Denham.
I forgot he was in King Kong.
Yeah.
So when he's in King Kong...
There's one line in that movie, There's one line in that movie at the beginning where he's showing his film to, like, producers. And the producers are like... And one guy's like, will it be boobies? And then Jack Black's like, boobies? And he has the greatest face. And I just think it's the best part of that movie. Anyway. I don't know why I like that so much.
Well, he's filming a movie when he goes to Kong Island, Skull Island.
Skull Island, yeah.
Skull Island. But he brings back Kong to show people. Yeah. Instead of the movie.
Yeah. But he does a live show instead.
Does he still have that footage, or is that footage gone?
No, it gets destroyed. I mean, in this version, it gets destroyed, yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
It falls down a cliff, a chasm. Have you seen it?
I've seen parts of it, like, over the years. I've seen, like...
You've never seen the whole thing?
I've never seen it.
I would suggest watching it. It's long, but I think it's Peter Jackson's last good movie.
Ooh, interesting. Right before Hobbits?
Right before Hobbits, yeah.
Yeah.
He did all the Lord of the Rings, and then he did... he started King Kong before he did Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was planning on doing it way before, like, a couple years before Lord of the Rings. He had concepts. He had...
Have you seen that movie, Heavenly Creatures? Remember that movie?
No.
Apparently that's, like, what he did in between, like, all this weird early stuff and Lord of the Rings. There's that movie right in between there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Heavenly Creatures.
Well, it's just really weird because I was watching the behind the scenes stuff of the King Kong, the 2005 version, and when they were showing all, like, the behind the scenes stuff and, like, all this when they're doing like the storyboards. There's a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff being made.
Oh wow!
Because they
this should be at the same time.
They were doing it. They did it. King Kong stuff. Put it on hold. Did all the Lord of the Rings, and then went back to King Kong again.
Wow.
Yeah,
was it the same company, Miramax?
Yeah. We went to digital and all that. Yeah.
Oh, Miramax went bankrupt after Lord of the Rings, right? Or something. Bad.
No, it was not Miramax. It's
New Line Cinema.
New Line Cinema. Yeah. Anyway, didn't see Welcome to the Jungle, Jumanji. Heard it's good. I guess recommend seeing it.
I just like the new Jumanji movie doesn't excite me. Like the.
It looks like just stupid fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I part of me is just like
I might just go see it tomorrow.
I might go see it tomorrow. Let me in.
Yeah, I might go see it tomorrow. I have nothing going on. So anyway, Greatest Showman. That's next on the list.
Greatest Showman. Hugh Jackman.
Did you see it?
No.
No, I didn't see it. So
Zendaya.
the thing I've been hearing about this movie is that
Zac Efron.
Theater kids come out saying it's the greatest thing they've seen, and then normal people come out saying, yeah, it was fine.
I heard one of the songs off the soundtrack, and I was like...
Not a fan.
It sounded so weird.
If you're going to do a period piece, make music that fits in the period.
It sounded like a Rihanna song, like auto-tuned.
Yeah, it's
weird. Is she in the movie? Or am I thinking of the other movie she was in? I'm thinking of Valerian and the Thousand Planets.
She's in the new Oceans movie.
She's in the new Oceans movie?
She's Ocean's 8, yeah.
I watched the trailer, but I watched it without sound.
I watched the trailer and it was stupid. I didn't care.
And I was like, what's happening?
Oh, that's why we're not talking about it. It's just like nothing exciting. Greatest Showman, don't care, skip.
All the actresses in that are kind of like super... oh, this is kind of fucked up. Never mind.
No, go ahead, say it.
They're just like... Maybe... It's so weird. I don't know if it's... They just seem older than all the men in Ocean's 11. Like I feel like in Ocean's 11 there was a good combo of like really young guys and really old guys, right? So you had like the old timers and like the new guys, right? Yeah. And I feel like there's mostly just older women here and like one young person. There was like the Asian rapper. What's her name?
Who?
Yeah, I forget her name, but
no, the girl from The Office is in it. Kelly from The Office, the Indian girl. She's young.
Oh, Mindy Kaling.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, I guess
I don't like her. I don't think she's very funny.
I know, it feels bad because it feels like I'm being ageist, but I'm like, I just felt like the original Ocean's crew had a little bit more...
Well, there was also 11 of them.
Variety in age.
And there's only 8 in this one.
And it's like, that's...
Apparently it takes place in the same universe.
Like, really? Same universe?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's the thing I liked about the original Ocean's 11 is like there's you have the old members who are like, I'm too old to be doing this shit. And then you have the new members who are like... arguing and bickering amongst each other and like don't really know what they're doing. They're totally directionless. Yeah. And like you kind of have this weird slapstick thing where like the really old guys are like exasperated with like the confusion of the younger members. And you only in this new Ocean's 11 movie you only have one young person. I mean maybe two. And it's like that's
this movie's not gonna do well, I don't think.
Well, just if you know what it is, it's not even an age thing. It's that they cast everybody the same.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like
they're all the same character.
All those actresses are like the same type.
Yeah.
They play the same type of thing.
Except for Rihanna.
Except for Rihanna. You don't like Rihanna in Valerian and a Thousand Planets?
I didn't see it.
When she changed her costume in the trailer?
Should I have seen that movie? I'm kind of curious to watch that movie. Is it long?
I haven't seen it. I haven't watched a Luc Besson movie since Taken 2. Since I walked in on 10 minutes of Taken 2 and I had to leave.
Oh, God, that was terrible. All right, moving on.
I'm going to throw a grenade.
You're going to listen to it.
Listen to the sound of the grenade. Is that Taken 2 or is that Taken 3?
That's Taken 2. Yeah, Taken 3. I don't even remember.
Taken 2.
I watched Taken 3 and I don't remember. Justice League came out in 2017.
It sure did.
What are your thoughts on Justice League after all this time and that time has passed? Still not thinking about it?
I forgot. I totally forgot about it. Well, I feel like I had so much to say about it.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, and I was just like, this movie's bad, and here's why. And now I don't care.
It's crazy. It's unbelievable because think about the impact Avengers had.
Oh yeah, it changed the game. It changed the game.
And I think that's part of why Justice League didn't do well. But if Justice League was just as good as Avengers, it would have also made an impact.
Yeah, and I wanted it to be as good as Avengers. And it could have been really good.
So rushed. I think that's the biggest enemy. That was rushed. Would you recommend it? No, I would recommend it only because of what it is.
To make fun of it for like fans. But you know what, the fans might like it because You know, some of the hardcore DC fans will like anything. I think you know why it's because it's really hard to be a DC fan because DC Comics is really has trouble getting their stuff off the ground because they've committed too much to a singular aesthetic versus having like a universe where anything can happen. They've kind of like really pigeonholed themselves. Yeah. And they don't the only thing people I mean, I don't know, might be too general. I might be generalizing too much, but when I read DC Comics, I read specific writers I like Scott Snyder or Grant Morrison, stuff like that. Yeah. Like people who I really enjoy.
They could write anything and still read it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like they write.
So it's not necessarily the DC property; it's the writer property.
Exactly. And I don't know. I think that like they don't take fun chances with their stuff. Gail Simone actually is really good. She's a good DC writer. I don't know. I might be kind of talking out of my ass on this one.
Well, then let's move on. Wouldn't recommend Justice League.
Yeah.
Next we have Blade Runner 2049. Would definitely recommend. Really good, really beautiful, very long, but I mean, it didn't feel that long.
It's a really long movie.
Didn't feel that long.
You said remember long movies. Here's a reminder, long movies.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be on this list, but there's a movie that I want to talk about. We'll see if it comes up. Up next, The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro.
Did you see it?
I did not see it.
I saw it. I thought it was really good, and it was very weird.
Did you like it more than Crimson Peak?
I didn't see Crimson Peak.
Oh, I did see Crimson Peak. That's one of the ones.
Was that a 2017 movie?
No, that was his last.
Don't
movie.
Talk about it, Connor. I didn't want to hear about it.
No, it's too old.
The Shape of Water was really strange. Mm-hmm. I watched it in the theater with a bunch of old people, which made it even more uncomfortable.
Oh, because it's like a fucking movie.
It's a bestiality movie, basically.
But he's like a man-fish.
But he's a man. But he's like almost entirely fish.
Yeah.
But his effects were fantastic. And what's her face?
You've seen Creature of the Black Lagoon, right?
Yes. Yeah. He's basically him. Sally Hawkins was great. I love Michael Shannon.
Oh, Michael Shannon's in this.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's terrifying. He's disgusting. I love him in that movie. It was really good. I would recommend seeing this movie. But you just have to go.
Is it like BioShock at all? Is it kind of like BioShock?
It has a vibe of it, but it's not like the same
It's Art Deco.
Yeah. I would recommend it. Just go in with an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. Up next on the list is Pitch Perfect 3. Didn't care. Dunkirk is next. So Dunkirk is my movie of the year.
Oh.
Did you watch it?
No. I was
that's fine.
Stranded, man.
Dunkirk is the movie of the year. I think it's perfect in almost every single way. It's so good I don't even have anything to say about it because it's just like that's it. It was great.
If you had to,
it blew my mind. When I saw it, my mouth was open when it was over, and I was like, I literally was like, wow.
If you had to like sell somebody on it in one word, what would you say?
Breathtaking.
Breathtaking. Ooh, interesting.
Because like I said, I was like,
did you see it in IMAX or just?
No, I saw it regular, like 3 times.
Oh wow! Wow, 3 times.
2 different theaters though.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Which ones did you go to?
I went to the one here, and then I went to a Regal cinema with a bigger screen, bigger sound, and that was crazy.
Wait, the one in Randolph?
No, it was somewhere else. It was near Bridgewater though. Sound design in this movie, incredible. The music.
Did it win
is
for sound
perfect.
design?
Hasn't won anything because it hasn't happened yet.
It came out this year.
Yeah, it just came out 2017. Wow. We're talking about 2017 movies.
It felt like it kind of came out a while ago.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. And well, I think it came out at the beginning of the year, right? Or Chris.
It came out end of. I think it came out in August.
It came out at the end of the year, right?
Yeah, it came out in August.
In August.
So would highly recommend. One of the best movies I've ever seen. One of the best war movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
Because it's not your typical war movie.
It's different.
Next on the list, It.
It.
Did you see it?
No.
Connor, you don't see anything. It's crazy. I saw it. I didn't like it.
Because I just kept hearing people come out of these movies being like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
And like,
so
whatever. I would only go to movies that like we were doing showings for sure.
Yeah.
Or like I was really excited just to see them on my own and see them.
Yeah.
Like Baby Driver, I saw.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We'll get there. That'll be on here. It was disappointing. It was
What was the scariest part of the movie? You don't get scared by jump scares?
Well, that's all it is. That's not scary, though. That's just startling.
Did they do the thing where they unhook their jaw really low?
No.
That's a thing that horror movies do. The creature will unhook their
maybe
jaw.
they did. I don't know. There was a lot of weird...
The creature screams and the jaw, for some reason, becomes impossibly low.
Yeah. Yeah. That probably happened. I don't remember, though. But, I mean, it was... The kids were okay, but it was... It wasn't scary. There was CGI in a lot of the effects, which shouldn't have been in a horror movie. It should be practical, so that it's more real, more scary. Right. It was just jump scares.
I heard the kid getting his arm ripped off is pretty brutal.
It's brutal. Yeah. The kid did it. Best scene in the movie is the beginning.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
And then after that, it's just like downhill.
Yeah,
until the end, it's just...
It was rated R, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, PG-13.
Up next, Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wouldn't recommend it. But that's my personal opinion.
Well, it was marketed like a PG-13 movie.
Hang on, we're getting a lot of static. 1 second, pause.
Or maybe that's just because rated R movies are marketed towards teenagers. That's the weird thing. Movies, the biggest audience I feel are teenagers, or at least that's the most vocal
people
audience.
who can't see them are the ones who... Yeah, rated R movies, yeah. That's weird. Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
What'd you think? I know you weren't the biggest fan.
I liked it. I thought it was good. There was stuff I really... Like, I just thought it was a lot of wasted potential. There's stuff I loved in the movie. I loved Jeff Goldblum. I loved the pure imagination sequence on Sakaar. Yeah, I loved all the times they used Immigrant Song.
Yeah.
Immigrant Man, that's so weird. But yeah, it just like fell kind of flat, especially after... Because I loved What We Do in the Shadows so much. But as soon as I heard he'd gotten picked for Thor Ragnarok, after having watched that movie, it made perfect sense. And I was like, he's going to use comedy and genre and character to like meld together into this beautiful kind of wonderful Norse, destruction fairy tale.
I thought it worked fine.
And then it's great. It's one of the best Marvel movies for sure.
You just expected a little bit more.
Yeah, I went in with super high expectations.
I think that's
and then
the
I was
problem.
just like,
see, I saw it without seeing any trailers or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
and so everything worked perfect for me.
Yeah,
it was exactly what I was expecting it.
That first trailer got me so hyped.
Yeah. Would you recommend Thor Ragnarok?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's really good, and I think it's gonna it's a really good movie, especially for Thor, because he was a character that I did not care about. He was boring, and
I just wanted more.
Yeah. Kingsman: The Golden Circle.
I thought you said Cake Man.
Cake Man: The Golden Circle. Kingsman: The Golden Circle was terrible. I did not like it at all.
You didn't like it?
Nope.
Yeah, that's another one I did not see.
You didn't see it, yeah.
Everybody said it was
no
bad.
good.
Which
Bad
is crazy, because
CGI.
I liked the first one a lot.
Stupid story. Over the top. It went too far. It went too far.
That's another one where the trailer left me like I had my apparently what I wanted from the movie isn't what happened. I was like, the trailer got me excited for like this weird like mind control story that they were going to do, which was going to be a theme, like the idea of like brainwashing and hypnosis and subliminal messaging, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I hadn't really seen secret agent movies that dealt with that like specifically.
I didn't think the first one was as good as everybody thought it was. It was fun, but
I think the first one was more of like a hidden...
Didn't excite me.
Like excitement, yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't recommend this one at all.
Yeah.
You don't need to see it.
All right.
It's not good. Maybe you should if the third one comes out, though, but who knows. Disaster Artist, I actually just recently watched.
Oh, yeah? Was that good?
It was good. I liked it a lot. Yeah, no, it was solid.
I've seen The Room.
Yeah. It does a good job of recreating that. And at the end, in the credits, it does side-by-side scenes of the new version and the original. And sometimes they're really spot on. Sometimes they're, like, really different. I was like, did they do that on purpose? It's weird. But, yeah, I would recommend this one. Fun stuff. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
I watched that one. I love that one.
You like that one.
One of my favorite movies of the year.
I feel the same about that one as you do with Thor, where I was like, it could have been better.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow. It was great, but it could have been better.
Well, I just feel like they've nailed kind of like the character, not even the characters themselves, because the characters were kind of one note at times, but I just love what they were doing with the characters. Like I love all the stuff with Nebula. Like there's, like when I talk about that movie, there's no moment where I'm not like, oh, that was cool. Like I love all the stuff with like Peter and his dad.
You like the Pac-Man part?
I like when he transformed to Peg.
Part.
I like the part right before he transforms.
I rolled my eyes at that part
where they start playing Fleetwood Mac. I love the use of Fleetwood Mac.
Oh, that's fine, but I rolled my eyes when he turned into a giant Pac-Man. I was like, "What are we watching a cartoon right now?" I didn't like that part. But yeah, the rest of it was good. I thought there were some jokes that fell flat in my eyes, though.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Taserface was super forced.
Yeah, too Taserface, especially when the gold lady called and she was like, "Taserface, ha ha ha," and he was like, "No." I would recommend this movie. We're moving a little quicker now. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, I heard was not as good as everybody wanted it to be.
Really?
So I did not see it.
That's interesting.
Did you see it?
I heard the opposite. Yeah, I heard it. I didn't see it, but I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
That's the guy who did Seven Psychopaths in Bruges.
Which I enjoy, Seven Psychopaths a lot. That's a good movie. Yeah. So I can't say if I recommend it or not. So that's fine.
The problem is that, like, I never know when these movies are out because the trailer will come out, but they won't give a release date or a concrete one, like where it's playing near you.
It just says like the year and like the month or the season. Summer 2017. You're like, okay.
And then by the time it comes out, it's played for 2 weeks in like one theater in Boston, and
then they're gone.
And it's like,
yeah, I had that happen a lot. Yeah, I just wait for them to get online eventually or like digital or whatever.
I think I watched more movies when I worked at the theater just because like I was more like there was no risk for me
to do it. Yeah.
There was no like you're about to spend $20 to go see something you might hate.
Yeah.
Like there was no major flaw to it.
Beauty and the Beast. I forgot that movie came out this year.
Oh, Beauty.
Did you see it?
No.
Terrible. Didn't like it. It was. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was just didn't. I just didn't care.
Tale as old as time.
Exactly.
Which is crazy because I love Beauty.
The original. Oh, absolutely. Me too.
I'm like crazy, like frothing at the mouth. I love it. Like it's
really good.
Yeah, it's like burned into my memory. Like it was a.
This one did not hold up at all.
Yeah,
and it was people loved it, and then it's just completely fallen off the radar.
I think Dan Stevens is an amazing actor, so that's really unfortunate that it wasn't.
I think the weakest link was Emma Watson.
Oh yeah,
she's a terrible singer.
Plank of Wood. Yeah, she sang in the movie.
Oh yeah, but it was like completely out of tune. It was bad. Beauty and the Beast would not recommend. Moving on.
Well, real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
For some reason in my head, I don't imagine when they're like doing the Be August. Like for some reason, I don't imagine that being like a wonderful musical sequence. I just imagine it like a weird CGI Lumiere being like.
Well, that's what it was, and then it cuts to Emma Watson just sitting there completely unfazed by it. So like, wouldn't you be if like a bunch of dancing things would be like singing to you? Utensils were singing at you. You'd be like, shit. You'd be like, whoa.
Yeah.
Either it's excitement or fear, but she just sits there and she smiles. She's like,
this is fine. This is not horrific anyway.
This isn't traumatizing at all.
It reminds me of how in the new Tim Burton movie, in the new Willy Wonka, they replaced all the musical numbers with like really weird like a short dance.
I have not seen it, and I don't want to see it.
It was so bad. It was so bad
to see that movie. Baby Driver.
Baby Driver was really great.
Yeah.
Baby Driver was perfect.
We've talked about it already. No?
Yeah, it was one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it was.
Do you think it was the best movie of the year? I'm waiting to hear what your best movie of the year is. We'll see if it comes up in the list, and if it doesn't, you'll let me know. Baby Driver would recommend.
Would recommend.
A lot of people are like dogging it away because of Kevin Spacey, but I say, you know what?
Oh yeah,
he's barely in it.
Yeah, he's barely in it,
and he's good in it. Separate the.
And he plays a bad guy.
He plays a bad guy. Separate the art from the artist.
It's like his last role.
Watch it. Yeah, just watch it.
That's his like.
He's fine in it. Yeah. You hate him in it, so it's fine. Yeah. You know, whatever. Logan Lucky I watched, and I really liked it.
Oh, I heard that movie was good.
It was I think for me, this was probably the most surprising movie of the year.
Interesting.
For me. I was not expecting it. Like, who knew it was coming?
Adam Driver's in that movie too.
It came and it went. Really good. Adam Driver's really good in it. Daniel Craig's weird in it. Channing Tatum's in it. He's good. Yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. Watch it. I would recommend this movie.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, yeah. Really great.
Fun.
I mean...
It was, all right, I wouldn't say really great. Good.
I think, you know what? I think it was good when it came out. Everyone thought it was great. It was really good when it came out. But now I look back on it and I think it's not necessarily fantastic, but after Justice League, it's like far and away
Oh,
way
absolutely.
better than Justice
Yeah,
League.
yeah.
Like, so the fact that all these DC movies, like if a DC movie keeps on this track of being bad,
it makes
that
the
movie's
bad.
gonna keep.
It's just gonna keep rising in the ranks.
Getting better and better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I thought it was fine. I don't think it's the best movie in the world. I like. She's great.
Yeah, she's really good.
And she was best part of Justice League. But.
And Chris Pine's really good in that movie as well.
Yeah.
And but now he's dead. They killed him off.
Yeah, exactly. I would recommend it.
Do you think that his death at the end? You know what's funny? That's a death where he got a heroic sacrifice. Finn didn't get one.
Yeah.
Finn didn't get one in Star Wars.
Yeah.
But he did. Isn't that super weird?
Kind of, yeah.
It's weird. It's like sometimes you get to do the heroic sacrifice.
Sometimes people just hit you with their planes.
Sometimes people...
What if that happened? She got in a plane, her invisible jet, and she ran into the plane he was in.
That would have been so stupid.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, I would recommend it.
That just highlights how weird that Rose did that.
Yeah, I know, it was weird. Daddy's Home too.
Oh my god!
I didn't see it, but I saw most of it.
How did you see most of it?
Because I work at the movie. I worked at the movie theater.
So
I would always go in that movie on my break because it was the one I didn't care enough about, but I actually was curious.
Oh, right. You're like, I want to see a car crash right now.
Yeah,
I want to see a train wreck.
It seemed alright. I mean, it had a couple funny moments, but
I want to watch people die.
It's forgettable.
I want to see Russian dash cam footage of people dying.
Oh my god. It seemed forgettable. I saw the first one, wasn't a huge fan.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't recommend Daddy's Home too.
Part of me is like, what is happening? When I see movies like this, or movies like The House, I'm like...
Yo, House was terrible.
I'm like,
that was 2017 as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Is it like really just one of those things where, hey, everybody's got to work?
Yeah, it seems like it.
It's like, at what cost?
But there's so much effort into making a movie.
Yeah. It's like, what
I guess once you start, you're just going to do it.
You can't stop.
Yeah.
Maybe there was a point where Daddy's Home was a brilliant script. Daddy's Home 2 was a brilliant script. Maybe. I doubt it.
I just think that one's just actors.
Can we see who directed Daddy's Home and Daddy's Home 2 and who the directors were? I really want to know. I'm super curious.
I can just click on it from here, actually.
It's fucking... What is it? Alfonso Cuarón, who did fucking...
Director Sean Anders.
Sean Anders.
I'm clicking on him now. Sean Anders directed both Daddy's Homes. He did That's My Boy. He did Horrible Bosses 2 and Sex Drive.
God. What is...
Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh, he did the screenplay for it. He didn't direct it.
Oh, God. Wait, so can you...
Oh, he was a writer for all these other ones. He was a director for Daddy's Home too.
Oh, God. What's his, like, personal life? Where's he from? Like...
I don't know, but he looks like Rick Grimes, doesn't he?
Girl.
All right, anyway, we got to move on because we have a lot more to do.
I want to know what school he graduated from.
Spider-Man Homecoming. Good.
Yeah, really good. I think I didn't like it more the second or third time I watched it.
Really?
Yeah, it just kind of like felt... I was like, I get it.
Yeah.
Which is funny because Civil War, I had the opposite reaction with Civil War, where the first time I watched it, I was like, that was cool. And then every time I've watched it afterwards, I've been like, yeah.
I've only seen Homecoming twice, and I enjoyed it both times, but I can see how maybe,
Yeah, it kind of wears on me a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, it was great.
Super fun. Yeah. Super funny.
Let me see what else we got here. Valerian, City of a Thousand Planets. Did you see it?
No. Yeah.
Probably wouldn't recommend it.
Logan. Luc Besson. Oh, what's Luc Besson doing next? Do we know? Has he posted it to his wiki filmography? Luc Besson.
No.
He's like, I'm going to do a movie about what if Michael Jackson was Jesus, and I'm going to call it Cube Fitzgerald.
He's a weird guy.
And it's going to be Mobius.
He's doing Lucy 2. He's doing Columbiana 2. And Anna. Anna.
Oh my God!
Doesn't say anything about
Lucy, Columbiana, and Anna. Is he doing like a weird?
We'll
trilogy?
focus on an action heroine. Yeah, he seems to like these female leads. Helen Mirren's in it.
Helen Mirren. Oh, I love Helen Mirren.
I know you do. You have a crush on Helen Mirren. Next, we have Logan.
Logan.
It was great.
Yeah, it was this.
It was on New Year's Eve, and I was watching it with some friends, and I was like, wow. There's some really good scenes in this movie.
Yeah, it's pretty
I like how it's done.
Everybody around me loved it, and I was like, well, all right, calm down, everybody. Like I was the only one who was.
No, I think it's Hugh Jackman's performance that makes that movie. He's so good in that movie.
I mean, I think the girl's really funny. Like, I think Charles...
Yeah, she's a solid character.
I just can't believe they killed Charles that way. I was like, what is that? It was
a little weird, yeah. But he was still a good moment, though.
His death is like... Well, I had a whole problem with, like, the clone Wolverine thing.
Me too. Like, that was my problem with the movie.
What the heck is this?
Yeah.
And there's so much grunting when people are getting impaled by things.
Yeah.
And, like, all the claws going into people's heads and stuff sounded like watermelon.
How many times have you seen it?
Just the one time.
You should watch it again.
It'll be better on a rewatch. Yeah. All right,
I would recommend this movie. What else we got here? Are there any? All right, so this is such a long list. Let me see who else we got here. John Wick, Chapter 2.
John Wick.
Not as good as the first. First was really good. I would recommend watching it. War for the Planet of the Apes. Disappointing movie. Not a war.
No planet. No.
Best part of the movie was...
I heard it was good.
The animation.
Oh, yeah.
Was incredible. Like, I couldn't tell if they were real or fake. I didn't think we would get to the point where CGI would be like, I can't tell if that's real or fake. Right. And this is that movie that did it for me, and it was scary to me.
I want Andy Serkis to play either a Batman villain or to do a new movie where he's the main character / villain, and it's not like there's no one to steal his thunder. You know what I mean? Like, I want him to be, like Ex Machina?
Yeah.
I want that for him.
Yeah.
I want him to have an Ex Machina, where it's just kind of his performance. Like how it was.
You want him to be Oscar Isaac instead?
Ooh, maybe. I mean, I'd be cool with him being kind of the robot too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I would definitely want him.
He is good at it. I really like him a lot.
I want him to have a Terminator 2. I want him to...
That's the only reason why I'm really excited for Black Panther. Black Panther looks fun.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just for him, for me right now.
And you know what? I'm a huge Michael B. Jordan fan. I love Michael B. Jordan so much. Yeah. He's really great in The Wire.
Apparently, that role I was reading earlier, it's having like affecting him, kind of like a Heath Ledger Joker type deal. Ooh. Like he's like, it really messed with his head because he went really deep into the character.
What the heck?
Probably.
Oh, and he's great in Creed. I watched Creed.
I have to watch Creed.
It's really good.
But that's last year.
Really good. It is last year.
All right, Baywatch, wouldn't recommend. Not that good. Pirates
you saw it?
Yeah, it was not good. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales, not good. Wouldn't recommend. Stop with those movies. Kong Skull Island, disappointing.
Interesting.
Wouldn't recommend. Cars 3, boring. Wouldn't recommend. This is just like, Lego Batman movie. People loved it.
Oh, yeah.
It was fine.
I forgot that came out.
Transformers Last Night. Terrible. Don't watch that movie. What else we got here? Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant. Your brother watched it.
I watched it. My brother did watch it. How do you know my what?
Because one time I came here, and
he was watching it.
His fiance and his wife were watching it.
Yeah, not that good. It was okay. It had a couple good moments. The Mummy, terrible. Did you see The Mummy?
No, I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. There's too many bad movies. I just couldn't.
I watched.
I did. And it's funny because I watched bad movies this year, and I couldn't do it. It's like I had to. It was really a situation where I had to pick what bad movie I watched.
The Babysitter. Did you hear about that?
The Babysitter.
Yeah, it's a horror comedy.
Babysitter? No.
McG. Director McG.
Did the Boy come out this year?
I don't know movie? What that is.
That's kind of a horror movie about a babysitter.
Let me think here. What other movies? All right. So, what was your best movie of the year?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Yeah, Baby Driver.
Yeah. So the movie I wanted to talk about was A Ghost Story.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that is?
A Ghost Story? No.
It's this one.
Or what A Ghost Story is? No.
So it's a movie about a guy who dies and he becomes a ghost, and it's literally a sheet with 2 holes as eyes, and it's Casey Affleck and Rooney Mara, I think her name is.
Is it funny?
No, it's like super serious, and there's...
Is it good?
Yeah, I really liked it. I think you should really watch it, because there are scenes where it's just like extremely long takes.
Uh-huh.
Like 10-minute long takes of Rooney Mara eating a pie. And you think that's weird, but like it's really emotional.
Right.
Yeah, it's really good. I think you should watch it. It was really surprising.
Didn't they also make a lot of movies together? Like, I feel like that's their thing. They both make indie movies together.
But they don't even have names. His name is C. Her name is M. But anyway, good stuff. Give it a watch. I think that should be the end because we're going on really long. Do you want to do some opinions from the future?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
All right.
Opinions from the future.
Opinions from the future.
So it's 5 years from 2018. What did we talk about?
2023.
2023. How was John Williams' score for the Solo movie? Harpsichord's a weird choice.
Harpsichords.
I hate harpsichords. I really hate harpsichords.
Well, it makes your ears bleed. You know,
Yeah.
they're so loud. Why do you hate them?
I don't know. I just don't like the sound. They annoy me.
It's the screeching.
Yeah, it's just like, it's just really, ugh.
It was like a hillbilly sound. Like he tried to make Han Solo kind of like he's like a Dukes of Hazzard in space.
Not a fan. Not a fan. Didn't save that movie at all. What else we got here?
Banjo.
The banjo. It's just banjo and harpsichord.
It's like they're like, hey, John Williams went to Coachella and he came back a changed man. He's like, he went to a Shaky Graves concert and he came back with strange ideas.
Imagine if he did that. Imagine if John Williams made a score for a Star Wars movie. Harpsichord, banjo. He would probably make it work. He's pretty good.
What's it called? A sumimasen? Oh no.
Huh?
I'm thinking of something else.
Oh.
There's like a... Never mind. It's like a Japanese guitar.
How was the Bumblebee movie?
Fuck, dude. Fuck. Oh my god. Like, I got viscerally sick watching it. Like, I was like not prepared. It was like irreversible levels of like horrifying.
It was the choice. I think the reason why
it was like fucking torture porn.
Yeah, well, it was the fact that it was all first person view of Bumblebee.
Oh god!
And so every time he transformed,
the fucking eyes.
Yeah, it was terrible. I hated that. Yeah.
Well, you told me that you didn't like the thing because of the sound design.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I could only imagine all the parts where Bumblebee was stuffing human entrails into the car, and all the like they really took the Transformers like, and then they started like doing like.
Yeah, it sounded like they were smacking piano strings with like pieces of metal.
God, yeah, and the gurgling.
Yeah, and it was supposed to be a kid friendly movie, but it was like terrifying.
Yeah, they marketed it, kid friendly, but it's like. It was just almost. It wasn't an R, but it was almost the R. It was like heavy PG-13.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is completely not opinions from the future, but it's the director from Cuba and Two Strings and Paranorman, both stop animation.
Uh-huh.
What if he did stop animation Transformers?
That'd be interesting. Yeah,
that'd be really weird. Yeah. I'd be alright with it. Yeah. I like to see it. All right, that's
starring Will Smith.
Sorry, Will Smith. That's all we got.
2018.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, Bloodborne. You started playing Bloodborne.
I played a little bit of Bloodborne, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like
There's not much to talk about in that one. I don't like that silo game. I don't like the having
You should watch the lore videos. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that the design is really cool, the creatures and things like that, and yeah, but it's just the gameplay I don't like. And for me, a game with a story mode, if it's such a good story, I don't want to stop halfway through or in the middle of it to play the same level 30 times.
Right, of course. Yeah.
And then get so frustrated that I have to stop and walk away.
Well, have you read any H.P. Lovecraft?
Some.
Right. It's kind of like the closest thing ever to H.P. Lovecraft, like movie, sort of. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's the kind of game where, like, if you enjoy it, sure, you go right ahead.
You're correct.
I'm not offended.
I think Tyler really likes it.
Yeah, he really likes it. But, like, which doesn't make sense. Okay, so the thing about that is that he says he likes it because of how difficult it is.
Right.
I was like, sure. Then I was like, I'm playing Battlefield 1. You should get it. And he played it, and he kept dying, and he hated it, and he stopped playing.
Well, I think Battlefield 1, I mean, I feel like the Souls games, when I played them, which are the same people as Bloodborne, they reward you for getting better at the game, whereas maybe a game like Battlefield 1, like, you're playing with so many different people, so it's not really...
Yeah, but the reason why I'm okay with it being difficult... Because for me, I feel the reward for that because it's not interrupting the middle of a story that I'm trying to enjoy.
Because there is no
story. It's just fighting a war. So I start to do really well, and I feel really rewarded when I get new guns, and I'm at the top of the leaderboard, and I'm destroying everybody on the map. That's rewarding to me, but it's not interrupting a game.
Do you think video games make people violent?
No.
No.
I think it helps people not be violent. I think it's a good stress reliever, especially for me.
You smart, you educated, you smart.
Because if you don't have a way to let loose, it builds up, and then you do stupid things.
Yeah, like
drive your car off a bridge. Into a flock of seagulls. All right, Connor. Where can you find us?
Now the Flock of Seagulls song that everybody likes started playing in my head.
You can find us on the YouTube.
You can find us in the club, bottle full of bub.
All right, I'm not asking you
Actually,
that again.
I've never been
to a club.
to the club. Yeah, I don't think I've ever gone to the club.
I've never gone to the club either.
I want to go to the club. I feel like I'm missing out.
No.
I've been to a bar and
I've been to
a
bars,
bar
but like clubs.
restaurants.
No. All right, so
They
YouTube.
let me in. They'd be like, "This guy likes Bloodborne.
Check us out on iTunes,
This guy likes Last Jedi. What?" Check us out on iTunes.
and we'll see you next time.
If you got an iTunes gift card for Christmas, make sure to buy it.
No, you don't have to buy it for free.
No, are these free?
Yeah, they're free.
We accept donations. Do we?
All right. Yeah, we'll see you soon.
We should set up a PayPal. Send us money.